Today, we're diving into something really important, the brand new 2025 Pediatric Life Support Guidelines. You know, these are the protocols backed by the latest science, and they can literally be the difference between life and death for a child. So, let's walk through the most important changes you absolutely need to know.
Okay, let's put this into perspective right away. Picture this, you're in a busy children's ER and an alert blares. An 8-year-old is in cardiac arrest. It's a shockable rhythm. In those first few seconds, those critical moments, are you 100% confident you know exactly what to do based on the latest rules? Well, that's what we're here to talk about.
So where do these rules even come from? Who's the one writing this life-saving blueprint? Let's take a quick look at the people behind the curtain, the ones crunching all the numbers and the science.
Yeah, this isn't just one group's bright idea, it's actually a huge global effort. We're talking about the European Resuscitation Council, the ERC, and the Resuscitation Council UK, but they work with experts from all over the world. Their job? To sift through all the latest research and build a framework that gives us the absolute best, evidence-based chance to save a child's life.
Okay, before we go any further, there's one really important distinction we need to clear up. You might have heard of newborn life support, or NLS. That's for the very first moments of life, right after birth. But what we're focusing on today is Pediatric Life Support, or PLS. This is for when a baby has gone home from the hospital, and it covers all sorts of emergencies for infants and children. So PLS is our focus.
All right, let's start at the beginning with the foundational stuff, Pediatric Basic Life Support. This is the stuff that anyone, and I mean anyone, can do.
And I've got some great news right off the bat, and this is for everybody, whether you're a parent, a teacher, or a first responder. The absolute core steps of Pediatric Basic Life Support, they haven't changed. So that knowledge you already have, it's still just as crucial as ever. You can breathe a little sigh of relief.
And here they are, those 3 simple but incredibly powerful steps. It all boils down to this. First, you check. Is the child unresponsive? Are they breathing normally? Second, you call. Get help on the way, fast. And third, you start CPR, high-quality chest compressions right away. Check, call, CPR. That foundation, rock solid. Okay, so we've established the basics are the same, which is great. But for all the healthcare pros out there, the people using more advanced techniques, this is where things get really interesting. The 2025 guidelines have some pretty significant updates for you. So let's dive into what's new in Pediatric Advanced Life Support, or PALS.
First on the list of updates, circulation. And in this arena, every single second counts.
So check this out. The guidelines are getting much more aggressive with the timeline here. Think about it. A child is in shock and you need to get fluids and drugs into them. It's a race against the clock. The new rule is crystal clear. You try for an IV, but you only get 5 minutes. 5. If you can't get it, you don't waste any more time. You go straight for an intraosseous, an IO line. The message is simple. No more delays.
And there's more on the circulation front. First, noradrenaline is now your go-to first-line vasopressor. That's the drug you use to bring up dangerously low blood pressure. The evidence is just that strong now. Second, for older kids, we're talking adolescents 14 and up, the fluid bolus is bigger, up to 500 milliliters, which brings it in line with what we do for adults. And this last one, this is so important. For kids with a high BMI, you now dose their drugs based on their ideal body weight, not their actual weight. That's a huge deal for safety.
All right, let's switch gears to another huge topic, defibrillation. We use this for those life-threatening, shockable rhythms, right? Basically, the heart's electrical system is going haywire. Think ventricular fibrillation. And a controlled shock is the only thing that can potentially reset it.
And the new guideline here is beautiful in its simplicity. They've given us one clear, easy number to remember for that first shock. It's 4. 4 joules per kilogram. That's it. The idea is to take all the guesswork out of the equation when the pressure is on.
But what if that first shock doesn't work? What if the rhythm is just stubborn? Well, for those really tough refractory cases where you've given 5 shocks and the child is still in VT or VF, there's now a clear plan. You can start escalating the energy step by step all the way up to a max of 8 joules per kilogram. It gives you a roadmap for what to do when things get really tough.
Now, it's not just about the core stuff. The 2025 guidelines also get way more specific about handling some of those really complex, challenging cases. I mean, just look at how comprehensive this is. It covers everything from teamwork to what you do after resuscitation. And for those really complex situations, we now have clearer protocols. Take traumatic arrest, for instance. There's now a hot checklist. It's a simple way to remember to check for the big reversible causes: hypovolemia, oxygenation problems, attention pneumothorax, and tamponade. It's all about having a system in place.
Okay, let's pull back from all the technical details for a second, because really, the spirit of these new guidelines goes way, way beyond the doors of a hospital.
The big idea here is something they call a systems saving lives approach. And what that really means is that saving a child isn't just a job for doctors and paramedics. It's a community effort. That chain of survival we talk about, it starts with you. It starts with parents, teachers, and caregivers having the training and the confidence to act before help ever arrives.
And this quote right here, it just nails the ultimate goal. You know, all these protocols, all this science, it's not just about getting a heartbeat back. That's not enough. The real goal, the why behind all of this, is to make sure that a child who survives can go on to live a full, happy, good quality life. That's what this is all about.
So when you boil it all down, it comes back to one thing: knowledge. That's our first and our most powerful tool. You've just walked through the key updates for 2025. So now the only question left is, what's your next step? Are you going to share this? Maybe look up a training course? Whatever you choose, remember that your next step could literally be the first step in saving a child's life.